All right, so another thing that I watched in 2022 was I watched the second season of Seven Deadly Sins. So in regards to Seven Deadly Sins, I think I watched the first season in 2020, and I watched season one, and I liked it fine. But let's be honest, it really wasn't anything terribly deep or complex. It's basically Seven Deadly Sins is basically a popcorn flick, and that's kind of what season two is as well. So I mean, like honestly, Seven Deadly Sins might be one of the most shonen I've ever seen. And it just completely embraces it. And that's fine, I guess. I don't need necessarily to watch something that totally subverts the genre and is something totally new or anything. I mean, the action the action scenes in the show are cool, which is probably the best thing about Seven Deadly Sins, which is the action, which is why I hesitate to watch season three and onward because obviously I've seen on YouTube some clips from season three that are not so great in the animation department. So a little hesitant to actually keep watching. So like so yeah, I mean Seven Deadly Sins, it has a bunch of really cool action scenes, which I like. I think in regards to season two, I think I like the action scenes maybe a little better in season one, where there were a ton of really great scenes in season two, obviously, but obviously some of the fights were really great. But I went back and watched on YouTube some clips from season one of some of the fights, and they were just I don't know, just something about it in season one with how they were with how some of them were done, and it was just I don't know, it was just maybe a cut above what I was watching in season two. But anyway, that's just me. And again, the fights in season two were still really good. The animation was very well done. Anyway, getting into the story of season two, though. So the power scaling in this season gets kind of ridiculous, and I kind of liked it better in season one, when it felt in season one, the human characters could still contribute in fights. Like, for example, Gil Thunder, he in season one seemed like this really powerful dude who really could hold his own in fight. Whereas in season two, Gil Thunder basically almost contributes nothing. And it seemed the characters outside of the Seven Deadly Sins and a few others were not really I don't know, it just felt like their powers were totally eclipsed by the Sins, who just got all these crazy power-ups, especially Meliodas and stuff, who became crazy powerful this season. So yeah, I don't know, I mean, I did sort of like it better when the more minor characters could contribute more in the fights, which is a thing that happens a lot in shonen, which is why I say it's a very shonen. But anyway, so one of the things I will say though is, even though I sort of took issues with the how overpowered some of the characters became, and Escanor, who's introduced this season, he's amazing. And it's weird because he's so overpowered that it should be ridiculous, but he's just so incredibly cool, and I don't know, it's just so weird because there's these scenes which could come off as really stupid and really stupid and really ridiculous, where he basically at the end he's fighting one of the near the end of the season, he's fighting one of the Ten Commandments, and he's basically and he's basically you said my attacks have no effect on you. Who decided that? And it's just oh my gosh, it's so fucking cool. Escanor is really oh my gosh. No, I really like Escanor. Even though he's so incredibly overpowered, he just makes it work because of how cool he is. I don't know, I just really like it. So yeah, Escanor's awesome. But anyway, so and it's not so with Seven Deadly Sins, it's always all action and cool hype scenes. There are some moments where Seven Deadly Sins does have some genuinely nice moments occasionally. For example, in the beginning of the season, there's this moment where Bond meets his surrogate meets his surrogate father, and it's this really nice and sweet moment where, you know, you see the story of how he cared for him originally, and then you see him die, and you know it's really nice. But it's sort of the moments like that are sort of undercut by like how random and out of nowhere it is for Bond to just bump into his surrogate father out of nowhere, who we've never seen before, and it's just like moments like that. They're sort of undercut by like how weird and ridiculous a lot of the show is. I mean, for real. So like. And there's other dumb stuff that happens in this season too. Like for example, Diane, the character of Diane, she actually has a legitimately really sweet relationship with King, and you know, I definitely ship the two of them together pretty hard. But then like in this season, when you think they're actually gonna get like some development as a couple and actually be together, like she just gets her memory wiped away again and is basically almost completely irrelevant in this season. Like Diane contributes almost nothing, and it's just like, why are you doing this? Like, come on, seriously. It's like dumb stuff like that is what really brings the prevents me from taking this series too seriously. Like, I mean, it's just stuff like that really bothers me, where just dumb stuff that happens for no real reason. And I will say though, I mean, this show has some brick women, very, very muscular, some of them, and, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I appreciate that, very much, just gotta put that out there. Anyway, so, in regards to some of the other characters, Gunther, the Sin of Lust, is a character I also like. He's just very, like, Gunther is just very creepy and weird, and, I don't know, I like characters who are creepy and weird, so I like Gunther. Anyway, the Ten Commandments, who are introduced this season, who are the main villains, you know, they're fine, and they have cool, unique powers, and I like them in their fight scenes. I mean, like, one of the things I don't understand, like, I just, like, it's just so weird to me that, like, Hendrickson, who was, like, the main villain of the last season, is, like, now in season 2, he's just now being on the good guy's side, and it's just... I don't know, it's just really weird to me that, like, you have this villain, and I sort of understand what happened, where basically he was being manipulated by one of the Ten Commandments. I don't remember which one it was, but, like, I don't know, it's just very weird that, like, you have this character who was the main villain last time, and then this season it just introduces that you know, he was just being manipulated the whole time, and now he's just on the good guy's side, and he was randomly let live by the Ten Commandments, and I just don't really, I don't know, it just feels weird to me, and especially how quickly like the main cast just accepts him into their side. I don't know, it's just weird, And I don't even really feel like Hendrickson is a very interesting character anyway, so I don't, like, I just think you could have let him stay dead from last season where they supposedly killed him, but whatever. I mean, really, like, let's be honest, death in Seven Deadly Sins, like, it means even less in this show than Dragon Ball, because, like, no character, have you ever noticed this? Like, almost no character can actually die in Seven Deadly Sins. Like, Hendrickson doesn't die. All the characters who do die all come back to life. Like, you know, we saw with Elaine, the fairy queen, how she, like, came back to life and was with Bond, and obviously, like, in the future she's probably gonna come back permanently as well. And, like, you know, Bond's surrogate father who died, he, like, immediately came back to life when one of the Ten Commandments was resurrecting everyone. And Meliodas, who, like, died, he just came back because of reasons. Like, it's seriously, like, characters cannot die in this series. Like, it's almost impossible. Like, it's just, and it really lowers the stakes for me in a lot of ways, because, like, you have these moments where it's supposed to be really tension filled, and the sins are really, like, on their back foot. But then like, you know, it's just so hard for characters to actually stay dead in the show, and it's just like, so that's one of the things that really bothers me. So in regards to some other characters, Meliodas, the main character, is a character that I'm somewhat conflicted on, because he can be entertaining and funny, but he can also be annoying and creepy at times. Like, seriously, like, I mean, like, there's moments I really like for example, uh, there's that one moment which I saw on YouTube before actually watching the series, where basically Meliodas and Ban were arguing about who's best girl while accidentally destroying their opponents in a 2v2 match because they were just so overpowered they didn't even notice. And like that was amazing, and I think one of the funniest scenes in the show for sure. But like I don't know. One of the things that really bothers me about Meliodas' character is his relationship with Elizabeth, who, Elizabeth is very annoying, and I really don't like her as a character. And her relationship with Meliodas is very uncomfortable because she's like, what, 16 years old, and he's like, I don't know, thousands of years old, and he's constantly like perving on her and groping her, but it's portrayed as, oh, she actually likes being sexually harassed by him, and it's just like, yeah, very, very uncomfortable in a lot of ways, especially since in this so basically in this season, it's basically revealed to the audience that the reason why Meliodas has such an affinity for Elizabeth is because she is basically the reincarnation of his old girlfriend, whose name I can't remember, but it's blanking on me. But basically, so Elizabeth is the reincarnation of Meliodas' old girlfriend, and it's very uncomfortable to like watch this even with that information, because like we see in a flashback where Meliodas is holding Elizabeth as a baby, who he knows at the time is the reincarnation of his girlfriend Liz, and is like saying, "Hey, hands off my girlfriend," and like this is my girlfriend, and like you're holding a baby, dude. Like, and it's just like it's so uncomfortable to think about Meliodas like seeing Elizabeth as a child and saying, "Yeah, one day I'm gonna tap that." Like, oh my gosh, it's just you do not have to go there. Seven deadly sins. You do not have to go there. I did not need to think about that. It's just like, my gosh, I do not like their relationship. I don't ship them nearly as much as Diane and King, for instance, and like, I don't like that aspect of it. I don't like that aspect of the show. But anyway, so in regards to some other characters, Bond's a fucking simp, man. Like, I don't know. It's just like almost his entire character revolves around bringing back Elaine, and like I don't know. I guess it's like a good fine motivation for him to have, but it's like he spends so much time like dedicated to that one goal, and it's just like I don't know. Maybe let her rest, man. I don't. Yeah, it's fine, I guess. But even so with that, I still think Bond's pretty cool. Like, he's just a pretty cool, fun character and really badass at times. In regards to Merlin, the Sin of Gluttony, like, okay, so Merlin's fine, I guess, but one of the things that bothers me so much about Merlin is, like, how does Merlin's, okay, people are afraid to point this out. People are afraid to point this out, but I'm not. I am brave, and I speak my mind. So I have to say, how does Merlin's outfit always cover her nipples? How? It doesn't make any sense. Like, the laws of physics do not compute. Like, did she, like, because there's nothing like, there's not, oh my gosh, there's nothing like strapping her coat together. So I don't understand how they, like, always, her outfit, like, always covers her nipples. It should be, like, flapping around, like, exposing everything all the time because of wind and stuff like that. And like, I don't know. Did she tape? Did she tape it to her? Like, I don't. It doesn't make any sense. And it's like, and it's like I don't really have a problem with like I don't really have a problem with the skimpy outfit. Nevertheless, even though it obviously is fan service, but I just don't understand like. I just don't understand like how it always stays there. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any freaking sense. It should like be blowing everywhere and like exposing her chest, and like I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense, and that bothers me. Like and honestly, like, if you are going to make her dress incredibly skimpily as a character, like why not just have it where she is why not just have it where the character is like bare chested? I mean, why are you going to such great length to completely suspend my completely completely test my suspension of disbelief, where her coat, like, that is not strapped on at all and is completely free, is that always covers her nipples. I don't understand. Like, free the nipple. Come on, guys. Like, you are you are testing my suspension of disbelief. Like, in a show where, like, you have all these crazy powers and all this stuff, like, the fact that Merlin's the fact that Merlin's outfit always covers her nipples just is too much for me to it's too much for me to take, you know, completely jumping the shark for me. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's just, and every time I see her, it always bothers me that, like, it doesn't make any sense, okay? Like, that bothers me, because, like, it doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, anyway, going on, though, I have not, as of yet, I have not talked about my, arguably the best character in Seven Deadly Sins, who basically carries the whole show for me, which is Gila, hands down. I know you didn't forget Gila, did you? I mean, she is a queen. I mean, Gila is, like, so badass. Her introduction in this series in season 1, like, with her, like, stomping all of the Seven Deadly Sins except for King, like, how she was basically saying, you know, the sheer not giving a fuck, the sheer Black Force energy of Gila, with how she basically went to, capture the Seven Deadly Sins and realized that they were in the land of the departed, and then just freaking killed herself immediately to get to them, and was just saying, like, come on, give me a good show. I did kill myself to get here. Complete badassery. Gila is a complete queen. She is a fucking crazy bitch who, like, killed people for, like, making fun of her brother and stuff. Like, she is so awesome. She's so good. I love her character. She's fucking amazing. Gila is a queen. I love her. But why didn't she do anything in this season? Why didn't she do anything in this season? Like, why? Why has her character become so irrelevant? Why did she not do anything? It's so fucking lame. She was such a fucking awesome character, and I loved her so much. She was, like, the best character in the show, and come on, man. Gila, give us more Gila. Like, I mean, come on. Like, the season finale of season 2 was the best episode in the season. And do you know why? Because Gila finally did something. She finally, like, used her power to attack that guy who was a kid but became an adult again. But she finally did something! So, that's why the season finale of season 2 is my favorite episode of the season, because Gila actually did something. Gila. Bring back Gila. Give us more Gila. I don't give a fuck about, what's-her-face, the other Holy Knight who's a simp for Bond. I don't give a fuck about her. Get her out of here. Give us Gila. Gila. We demand Gila. Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with her. Like, but I don't know. Her introduction scene was just, like, so incredibly amazing. Like, I don't understand why didn't you use her more? She's so cool. Like, I'm just, like, coping so hard when I realized that, like, the entire purpose of Gila was basically just to introduce us to King and how powerful he was. Like, but I don't care. Like, she was too unreasonably cool for just to be a side character. Bring back Gila. Like, yeah, jeez. But anyway, so, yeah, that was basically my thoughts on Seven Deadly Sins Season 2. You know, I liked it, fine, but, you know, it's nothing amazing or anything, obviously. I don't really think anyone or most people expect it to be. But, so I will ask, are future seasons of the show worth watching? Like, obviously, you know, Season 3, from what I've heard and what I've seen, it's not really the best in the animation department, but, like, does the animation get better in Season 4? Is the story, or the characters still worth, like, holding on to? Because I have already seen the first episode of Season 3, and the animation doesn't look terrible or anything. But, I don't know. Do you think, like, Season 3 is overhated? Do you think I should still watch the end of the series? I'm not sure. Give me suggestions down in the comment below. Is Gila in future seasons? Does Gila actually do stuff? Does she make a triumphant return as the ultimate badass that she is and solo everyone, including Escanor? If not, you know, I don't know, man. Not really. If there's no Gila, I don't see what the point is of Return of the series. But anyway, that's what I thought of Seven Deadly Sins Season 2. Like, share, comment, subscribe. This has been the Aromantic Shipper, and as always, remember, just because you can't feel love doesn't mean you shouldn't want other people to. Bye.